Today I wanted to talk about why I quit gambling. When I was 22, I was introduced to Blackjack with a friend. We went to a casino. I went with about $100, played some Blackjack, was there about an hour, and I won 300. I think about the worst thing that can happen to you going to the casino for the first time is winning. I played very casually, maybe once, twice a year, whenever friends were at a casino or it seemed normal. 10 years later, I went to the casino, or I went to Las Vegas with my girlfriend. I was 32 at the time. We were staying at the Luxor. I went there with her the first night. I had about $1,000 budget. Had about a grand to gamble with, and that night I lost about $1,000 on Blackjack. The next day I was disgusted with myself, not really wanting to gamble, but she was at the spa, so I had $100, which it didn't really matter. I could go grab a bite to eat, buy a souvenir, or sit at a table. So I sat at a table with $100. I was with a buddy. He threw in $100. I kept winning. So I kept winning, turned my $10 bet into 15 to 20 to 30 to 50 gradually. And eventually I was playing about $100 a hand, winning every hand. I won about 20 hands in a row, turned that $100 into 3 grand. My buddy was like, that was a great run, man. But in his hands, he told me he could have turned that $100, that shoe, into easily 10 grand, 20 grand. So I was playing conservatively, but it was a miracle shoe. I won over 20 hands in a row. The next day, I was on a high. I went back to a similar table, and I lost about 20 or 30 hands in a row. Lost the entire $3,000 completely out of money. So I was playing that day into the night. We went out to dinner. And then I couldn't withdraw from the ATM until midnight. So that's how it worked. I had reached the threshold for my ATM for the day. Went to bed in the hotel room. My girlfriend was asleep. Midnight, watching my watch, watching my phone. 12:01. Snuck out of bed. Went to the elevator. Went down to the Luxor ATM. Pulled out $500. I was like, I'm going to make it back. I go to the $100 table. $100 bet. Lose. 100. Lose. 100. Lose. I lost 5 hands in a row. $500. All the money I had. Went back up to the hotel room. Curled up in a ball. And fell asleep. And just felt disgusting. Got back, went back to normal life. It was a couple years later, and then I got that itch again. Went to the casino. Told my girlfriend, "Hey, I'm gonna drop by the casino with $100, see what happens." She said, "Yeah, have fun." We had a wedding to go to the next day. She's like, "Just enjoy yourself. I'll see you in a couple hours." So I got to the casino at Running Aces that night, probably 6 p.m. Gambled. I was up, I was down, I was up, I was down. Didn't even pay attention to the time. It was 5 a.m. Get a call from the intercom. Justin Damstrom to the front desk. Justin Damstrom to the front desk. I go, they're like, "Oh, she sounds so sweet. She's so worried about you." I was like, "Yeah, what's going on? Where are you? Thought you were dead. My phone died." She thought whatever happened. While I was at a casino, I was gambling at a hot table. I said, "I'll be home in a couple hours." I won about $1,000 that night. Then I had a friend at the time who was in between jobs, and he was making a living playing blackjack. So he had a rule. He'd play $200, $300, $400 buy-in at Blackjack, and as soon as he doubled it, he'd quit and cash out. And I thought, well, you're doing that full time. I could do that as a side hustle, get some side cash. And yeah, I lost thousands of dollars doing that. That was a terrible idea. It worked for him for maybe 6 months or a year, and then he had to get a job. He had a good run though. But some people do make a living playing blackjack. This last Thanksgiving, which is about 6 months ago, went to a Thanksgiving dinner with some friends. We decided to go to the casino, so I brought about $500. I lost it in about 20 minutes and just felt disgusting because when you think about it, the time it takes to make $500, $1,000, $2,000, what you could do with that money, it is so gross to lose it. And I firmly believe in the long term, gambling on poker or blackjack, whatever your game is, in the long term, we're all losers. If you can do it responsibly, if you can go to the casino or play scratch offs for $20 a year or $100 a year, good for you. I think there's no harm in that. But when you're gambling with your bills, you're gambling large amounts of money. In the long term, if you're gambling, you're going to lose. And I always had thought that, with the exception being Mega Millions, Powerball, both of which are over 200 million to one. So I've also let that go. I'm not playing Mega Millions. I'm not playing Powerball. I'm not playing Minnesota Raffle. I'm not going to the casino. I'm not playing slot machines. I had my fun in my 20s and my 30s, and some people learned the lesson early on or late in life, but this is my little piece of wisdom to you if you care to hear it. I've done it. I've tried to make a ton of money gambling, and it has not worked out. It is not in my best interest. I'd rather put that money into pursuing something I really care about. I'd rather put it into a vacation, into investments, into real estate, something that's tangible. Gambling is gambling. And there is an edge on the house. There's an edge in scratch-offs and all that. They're going to take the money. But if you can do it responsibly and it's fun for you, who am I to judge? Going forward, the only thing I'm gambling on is I do host a Texas Hold'em poker tournament once a year. So once a year, $20 for the buy-in. I'm going to do that. It's going to scratch that itch for me for gambling. But more so, I'm not worried about winning. That $20 turning into $100 or $200 doesn't matter. It's not going to fix my financial problems. It's not going to destroy my financial ability. That is literally just socializing with friends. I enjoy the gambling, but to me, that's not destructive. But you do what you will. Those are my gambling and blackjack stories.